there. Okay, that said then, NVD, moving on to game week 25. Some tasty fixtures.
There are some tasty fixtures, we're in game week 25 already. And
I think one thing I would say about this game week is that it does look like a lot of the top teams have got fairly tough clashes. I mean, start with Leicester-Chelsea, don't we, for the weekend?
I mean, exactly. It's a difficult one because I think you've got teams two teams there that just kind of struggle for form a little bit, and they've been very kind of inconsistent. Now, Leicester, albeit at home at the King Power, Chelsea kind of won their last game. It's going to be an interesting game.
It's third v fourth, isn't it? And I mean, Chelsea's last game they drew, what was it, 1-2, 2-2, with Arsenal, and Arsenal were down to 10 men.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I feel Leicester will win this. I
agree with you.
I think they'll pick them, but it's going to be a really close game. I don't think it's going to be a free scoring game. This has probably got like a 2-1 written all over it, to be honest.
I mean, Leicester have won 3 of their last 5. Chelsea have won 2 of the last 5. Leicester won their last, lost the 2 before that. I think the ones that Leicester lost as well, when you look at who beat them.
Yeah, so I mean, Leicester lost against Burnley and they lost against Southampton. Not great. I mean, these are teams on paper, considering considering how well they've played, that they should have beaten, but unfortunately didn't.
So what do we think then? Vardy back in against Chelsea?
So, I mean, as you said earlier, Jimmy Fergie came on against Villa, so I think at the very least he's going to play a part in the game. If you can get away with not playing him, I probably wouldn't, and save him for the game week afterwards, where you're probably going to know he's going to be in. So I'm not going to kind of hedge my bets on captaining Vardy.
I almost think with this, and we've said it early in the season, in these big games, someone has to do it. And when I look at the Chelsea-Leicester, I feel if anyone is going to do it in that game, with Tammy Abraham out, it falls to a Leicester player. And we've just literally said in that rambling that Leicester are struggling, but I think they will win this game. I think that they'll beat Chelsea, and I'm going to go Vardy. Chelsea lost to Newcastle 1-0. They've shipped 2 against Arsenal. They do leak goals at the back. I think Vardy, this is his time to actually return and show everyone what he's about.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it's always going to be difficult kind of returning from injury, but they have. The good thing is that they've
got 40 minutes today under his belt.
I guess the good thing is that they've had players who have risen to the occasion on that 4-1 win. Like kind of Harvey Barnes and it was Perez, right? That
double from him.
That got the goals as well. So I think kind of you don't look past players like that to kind of contribute. So overall, I think kind of Leicester 2-1.
2-1 Leicester. If you had to say anything about Chelsea, I mean, very inconsistent in who's going to get the points there, really, isn't it? With Abraham out.
It's just really difficult to see, to be honest.
Not worth a Chelsea player? I don't think so.
Not really, no.
Okay, perfect. So NVD, I think, we'll run through the rest of these games, one-line them really, and just call out the players and what we think the scores are going to be. The next one we've got down there is Bournemouth versus Aston Villa.
So I think with Bournemouth Villa, we've spoken about him already in the show. Grealish, I think, is the main man really for Villa. Good opportunity for Villa as well against Bournemouth. I think, albeit they won in game week 24, still kind of inconsistent, still blighted by injuries to a number of their starting 11. So I think they could be there for the taking, to be honest, and I back Villa for this, and they'll be buoyed by reaching a final as well. So I think they'll do the business against Bournemouth.
They've all of a sudden come into form, Villa, but Bournemouth as well. They beat Brighton 3-1. I was surprised to see that. We say sort of blighted by injuries, but some of their main guys are coming back now. So Callum Wilson's back in. Good old Rico. But Ramsdale is their top scorer, and that's their goalkeeper. That's true, it's going to be such a tight game. Villa can win it. They go 5 points clear of Bournemouth. If Bournemouth can win it, they go above Villa. It's all to play for. It's tight as in who gets those points. I think there's going to be goals. I think there's going to be points to be had for fantasy Premier League managers. You're saying Grealish is where you see the points coming from.
So definitely from an Aston Villa perspective, he's definitely going to be amongst, if he's not on the score sheet, then he contributes so much. So he's always going to get you.
He's by far and away their one player to have.
He is,
And then from a Bournemouth perspective, do you reckon Callum Wilson is worth it? I mean, he has 6 goals to his name this season, 3 assists. He hadn't scored any since game week 8, and then he did pop one in game week 24 against Brighton. I mean,
he's a really difficult.
He's not even been injured. He's been playing.
He's just been awful.
Useless.
He's just been awful, to be honest. I mean, like you said, right? He got his 8 points.
Yeah,
against Brighton. Yeah, potentially a good shout.
But if you, I mean, not worth trying to shift you. There's better players.
Not really. Not.
I reckon Rico is perhaps a good shout. Maybe one of the defenders in this game could be a goal from him.
If I'm perfectly honest, I'd probably even venture more towards Harry Wilson. So he
doesn't always play though.
He doesn't always play now. I mean, he's been injured though. So to be fair, he's come back. Yeah, I mean, he kind of played half a game in Gameweek 23-24. He scored 9 points. He got goal, obviously bonus point as well.
I mean, you're right there. He's played 700 minutes less than Callum Wilson, and he's 3 points behind him. 700 minutes. Not.
He often is kind of some of their set piece takers as well. He's got great foot, free kick taker, so you can always get points from that perspective.
And
it's
unlikely there will be a clean sheet, but my kind of shout from a defender was I could see a defender getting a header in here or a couple of assists. That's kind of my thinking behind Rico.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. He got 5 points last game week as well.
Moving into Crystal Palace, Sheffield United. Palace always very, very hard to break down at home. Are not on the best of runs at the moment though, Palace. No. That said, they've drawn 4 and they've lost 1 of the last 5.
That's
can't buy a win.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, if you think about it, looking at Sheffield United, great season they're having, but and they have played big teams to be fair. So it's a little skewed. They've lost 3 out of their last 5, albeit they played Man City twice and they played Liverpool.
They only lost 1-0 to Man City in the last game.
It's been tight as well.
And they made chances.
I think they'll keep a clean sheet against Palace. I just don't think Palace will score really, even though they're at home. You called out Fleck. I would back many people's choice of Lord Lundstrom.
What a guy! I love the guy.
He's not been amongst the points for the past couple of game week, but
time for him to turn it on, isn't it?
I think he will return. I think he'll get a goal, and I think he'll get an assist. Honestly,
the Lord only played 12 minutes against City. They benched him, and no wonder they lost.
Exactly.
How could you?
That's what happens when you bench royalty.
Yeah, don't treat the Lord like that.
Exactly.
It's horrendous.
I think he's a good shout, and to be honest, you know what? Sheffield United got a good run of form after that against some teams as well, so it's not a bad shout, as we've kind of said with Fleck as well. So I'm going for 2-0 Sheffield United.
2-0 Sheffield United. We know the usual contenders for Crystal Palace. It's Ayew and Zaha. Don't bring it every single week. Not hugely.
It's too inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a game where they could have a cracker, but Sheffield United defend well, Palace defend well. One thing I would say is there's going to be good opportunities for the keepers here. I think the keepers actually could be star players in this game. One of these teams will get a clean sheet. I can't tell you which one, but I like to just leave you on centre hook. Either way, Ayew, Zaha for Palace, and as you've said there, NVD quite rightly for Sheffield United, Lundstrom. And I do think Fleck is a potential. Potential. Great. Okay, so then we've got a game that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm sure you are. I'm looking forward to it because I think Southampton could put an end to Liverpool's run. But what do you think, NVD? Surely a Liverpool win, isn't it?
I very much back Liverpool to keep their winning streak going.
The only thing is Southampton in good form, right? They 1-0 in the FA Cup with Spurs. You'd expect them to lose that. When they went to Palace, I thought Palace would actually beat Southampton, and they beat them 2-0. 2 worldies, 2 great goals. I mean, Redmond, where's that come from? He's not done that for ages. And then Armstrong, the little ginger ninja. but going to Liverpool is completely different, isn't it?
I think will be too much for them.
Yeah,
I think Salah's going to be in the limelight more because, Baldane, our good friend from Birmingham, his mate Mane is cropped. He's out for this game. May only come back against Norwich City. So I think kind of Salah takes centre stage, and our back is to win. Our back is to keep a clean sheet as well. So I'm going for a 3-0 for this game.
Wow, it's a big shout. 3-0
with Salah hat-trick, because I really needed to score a hat-trick to give me any credibility in my triple captain choice.
I don't think you're wrong, mate. I definitely think Liverpool are going to do Southampton. It's just Southampton are one of those teams that they have their comeback moments. They got done 8-0 at Leicester. They then beat Leicester 2-1. I mean, they couldn't possibly let that happen again.
True.
Liverpool, just different class. They're going to just cut through them. It hurts me to say they're a different class, but they're just so strong. Even with Mane out, you're bringing Origi. They did bring in Minamoto the other week.
Minamino.
Sorry. I got it close, mate. I went with it with such confidence. Minamino.
I was going to let it slide, but I just couldn't. But yeah, you're right. I mean,
we're getting complaints.
Yeah,
thanks for bringing me up, mate. Minamino, is he worth it?
I think he's a good player. And I think in time we'll see the best of him as he used to play at Salzburg, but he's still adapting to the Premier League. I'm surprised Klopp's thrown him in the deep end, to be honest. He's kind of shielded players like Fabinho and Robertson in the past and kind of only put them in when he feels they're genuinely ready. I think you're right, actually, kind of with the Origi shout. Or he can always kind of push, with Fabinho coming back, to be honest. He can always push Chamberlain into that Mane position, play Fabinho alongside like Wijnaldum and Henderson as well. So, yeah, options there, but nonetheless, I think Liverpool will get the win.
And NVD, do you want me to let you into a little...
Do it, mate. Tell me.
Little secret.
Don't keep me hanging, mate.
I've just done it, mate. I've just made my transfer for the week. Oof. I've just been sold on something, and I literally just pressed it, and all of a sudden I was like, "What have I just done?" Oh my days! We'll see how that goes next week. I'll let you all know.
Wow! Look at that. That is live, listeners. I mean,
it's live, mate. It's happened live.
Live changes. I mean,
I was loving your suggestions, mate. I had to, but Liverpool Southampton definitely Salah for me. Salah. I said it earlier, this midweek game, I'm so concerned about Salah, because if he does it, you're miles away from me now in the league, and I can see him doing it. So. But what I can see against Southampton, I can also see Salah. He's got to step it up without Mane and the team. Firmino is in great form.
He is.
Those two are in good form. And Alexander-Arnold is still just proving to be brilliant. They're the three for me. With Mane not in, I think they're the three. Yeah, I think you're right to say Southampton won't score. Danny Wings, if Danny Wings does not score 3 games running, has his purple patch gone? I've been calling it. It took a long time. It took 18 weeks.
But it could be. That's it.
Over.
The end of Danny Wings.
I hope it is, mate. I hope it is.
I do. It justifies me not having him in the team.
Yeah, same. All those other people ahead of us with Danny Wings.
Exactly. We won't talk about them.
Definitely won't. On to Newcastle and Norwich. Pukki's in form. A couple of goals from him.
He is, exactly. You've not seen that run of form since the start of the season, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's funny, the start of the season, played the same teams. Coming to this point of the season, playing the same teams. All of a sudden, Pukki is playing the teams he's scored against before, and he feels kind of confident, and he's doing it again. Is he going to do it this week?
I think it's a good shout. I mean, I don't think Newcastle have been particularly brilliant. Yeah, I really kind of back Norwich. I think the perm is potentially out. It's got a 75% chance of playing. It's a good shout.
I hope the perm's in, because I could see him actually scoring against Newcastle.
Yeah. But if I'm perfectly honest, I like to kind of pick a winner, but unfortunately, I don't know, there's something about this fixture that has a draw written all over it. I think it'll be a score draw, but it's a draw.
These two teams are incredibly dull to watch. I mean, they let a lot of goals in. Don't get me wrong. I mean, both of them have scored 24. Newcastle let in 36. Norwich let in 47. Going to be a game where there probably will be goals, and I think Norwich need to win this a lot more than Newcastle. Norwich will look at this and think, if we have any chance of survival this season, we're already 6 points adrift. We have got to win this game.
Yeah.
So they'll go to try and win it, and what will actually happen is, in trying to win it, if Pukki doesn't get one early, I think Newcastle will pick them off, and you could end up seeing 3-0 Newcastle here. Who's going to score for Newcastle? I mean, Almiron's in form.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Potentially, he's a shout. Other than that, I'm not really sure where the points would come from in this, but I would shout out Almiron just for the fact that
you got Almiron. Joel Linton will play. I mean, you've got Hayden, who just kind of somehow just crops up every now and again and gets a goal in, and he's incredibly cheap. So if you've got him in your team, that's a good shout.
What about Lejeune, mate? He came on against Everton. He got 2 goals. He only played 14 minutes.
That's true.
He only played 20 minutes. Got 14 points.
I mean,
what a return!
That's amazing. These two teams come into it on bang the same form.
Yeah,
and I don't know that as well. It was just a feeling. I feel like it's just got a score draw written all over it. So I'm going 2-2.
Yeah, the problem for Norwich here is Cantwell and Buendia are both doubts, and they're their sort of playmakers. So if those two don't play, Pukki probably ain't going to get much service. I do see Newcastle winning it. You're saying 2-2, did you say?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the draw. Yeah. I think the perm will make it. I think he'll get his hair cut in time and put in place.
Yeah.
Okay. Famous salon.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
Right, mate, we go down to the next one, Watford-Everton. I think Watford lost to Villa, Everton, 2